your phones down. It's Shabbat. We don't need your videos or your pictures. You can take mental pictures. We are going to start with Hine Matov. This is like a big one that you can sing along with us. So join us. No. No. I'm not having we are. Okay, we're ready. We are moving on to page. No, we're not moving on. We have a welcome. No,
it's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Page 142. Shalom.
Bracketed page.
Bracketed page 142.
Yeah. Wait, so you'll keep the bracketed page. Okay, that's another conversation. 142.
Thank you, Barner Tempo. They'll be back up a little bit later. Hey, so JJP students, you might be thinking, gee, that looked like fun.
I wish I could be a Barnard Tempo. Marina, how can people join the Barnard Tempos?
Well, our season sadly is ending, but
we'll be able to sing next year?
Yes,
amazing.
Absolutely. Just get in touch with Marina. My email address is somewhere on the website.
And also Jennifer or Marissa or Sam always send out our information about when Barnard Tempos is starting in the fall through the wonderful Playground app, your best friend on your phone. I know it.
Or if you're like really excited and want to tell me now, that's great. I'll just save your email address and put you on the, my email blast.
Great.
Next school year.
Okay, so we're really glad that you're here and you're in the parking lot and you wore your jackets and hopefully you took your allergy medicine. And so many of us wanted to be together this Shabbat as we celebrate Shabbat and we celebrate our JJP year and all of our teachers and students. And the reason really that we have to be out here is because there are too many of us to fit in the sanctuary without the social hall. So this is one of those little mini growing pains that will resolve itself as we are finishing with our project. So thanks for being flexible. And okay, I think we're gonna get this bat mitzvah Shabbat started too. So I'm gonna invite Brooke and Lauren and Dan and Haley to meet me over there at the Shabbat candles. And the candle lighting, the blessings are on bracketed page 120. And if you are a JJP student who came with your own siddur tonight, I know at least one person did, then every time I say bracketed page, you just ignore that part and you go to whatever page I said, right? So if I say bracketed page 120 for our books, what do we do in the big book? Just 120. Okay, great. So, page 120. Thank you to whoever rescued my papers. I didn't. Who did? Oh, Shane. Thank you, Shane. So Brooke is one of these, has been very flexible rolling with the change in the weather plans, right? But Brooke knows that at Barnard Temple, sometimes plans change and we just have to go with it. And Brooke knows that because Brooke has been here for as long as Brooke has known Brooke, right? Yeah. So if you're newish to Barnard, or when we are celebrating a Bat Mitzvah weekend, our young people lead us in Kiddush. And before they do, we get to say some nice things about them. So I'm going to hand you in a second some gifts from the leadership of the congregation, from the Men's Club and Sisterhood, the Chanukiah, and a Kiddush cup. And we give you ritual items, your most favorite gifts. I'm sure you're going to get the whole weekend, because we want you to remember that wherever you go, you are always connected to us, that you're always home here, you're always linked to us this way. And I think these were chosen because the Chanukiah helps us bring light in dark times, especially on Hanukkah, but maybe a reminder all the time. And the Kiddush Cup is a way that we sort of normally collect blessings, which we typically do here, but in the interest of the weather and time, we're going to invite you to do that later over Oneg. Okay? Great. We'll take that home tonight. Okay. Perfect. So as I said, I've known you for like ever, right? But it wasn't until we started getting ready for this weekend, for you becoming a bat mitzvah, that I really had a real chance to sit with you and to study Torah and to learn about how your brain works and what it has meant for you to grow into a Jewish young adult. And there are many things that we'll say about you tomorrow. But for this moment, I want to invite you to feel great about your sense of self. Right? You know who you are. You are proud of who you are. You're confident. You have a strength that not everybody at your age yet has. And you will be able to do really, really powerful, amazing things with that as long as you continue to use that as you already do, to bring people together, to build inclusive, loving spaces, and to change our world for the better. And we are so proud of you. And we can't wait to celebrate with you this Shabbat. So Becca's going to lead us in Kiddush, and then she's going to feel better tonight. And that's on bracketed page 123. I would invite you to please rise and to wait until we all join in with breath.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri ha'gafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitenu b'mitzvotav, b'rotzavanu, b'chakashav, b'ahava u'ratzon hinilanu, zikaron l'ma'aseh, b'reishit, kilu yom tehillah, Lemikra Kodesh, Zehu Tziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu Vaharta, Be'atanu Kidashta, Mikol Ha'amim, B'Shabbat Hashira, Be'ahava U'ratzon, Hinotanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
So Kiddush is our moment for gratitude, and normally we share blessings. I'm going to invite you to think for just a moment about what a blessing you might share would be. Like if I were actually saying, tell me your blessing, you would raise your hand and say something, but don't tell me. You're going to tell each other over our oneg after the service. But I want to just take a moment and pause in gratitude and thank everybody in the Barter Temple office who pivoted quickly and flexibly this week when we realized we had to do something different than what we had planned, and we're so glad that we did so you could all be here. Specifically to Barbara and to Rebecca and Lori. Rebecca's over there. And we have a lot of ushers tonight organized by Cheryl Baylor, who's also over there, to our custodian. She left all these chairs out here today, which is a lot of work, obviously. We're so glad to be here together. And then we'll thank Jennifer and Stan in a little bit, but as always, a team effort. Okay. We are going to stay standing, and we're going to be on bracketed page 146. a deep breath for Shabbat. Page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Elohe Malchuto Le'olam. Page 154. Please be seated. And JJP students, what are our reminders for reading long prayers together? What are 3 things we do? Michaela, one thing. Follow along with your finger. Grown-ups, you could do that too if you're not accustomed to reading long Hebrew prayers. We follow along with our fingers. What else do we do? No. Everybody else, one thing. Somebody else, what else should we do after we follow along with our fingers? Asher. What? You don't know. Okay. Super helpful. Anybody else want to add? We follow along with our fingers. What else are we going to do? Oh, come on, you guys. Every week we go over this. Okay, Michaela. No, sing along, right? Let's stop there. But you hold prayer books, so don't want to use them. JJP students, show your grown-ups how much you've learned this year as we offer these long blessings, especially together. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על עבדיך ושיננתם בבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובמלאכתך בדרך ושוכבך ותרומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בעיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. So we have been singing Nichamocha every week at JJP Tequila, but not during our Shabbat evening services. So in sort of keeping with that tradition, we're going to offer instead the words that invite us to thank God for making each of us captives of hope. You will know these words if you've been here since then. If not, look them up very quickly. We started offering these words after October 7th, and in particular, as an ongoing prayer that our hostages who are still in Gaza will be returned alive and safely and speedily, and the days and weeks and months have gone on, and we continue to hold hope for their safe return. And as these days and weeks and months have gone on, we have expanded our prayers for hope that there will be an end to violence in Israel and in Gaza as hostages are returned, as we find a way to rebuild a hope for all of the children and the women and the men and the grandmas and the grandpas and the moms and the dads who are suffering in all of the ways that people are suffering in the world, and particularly during this war. And I would add this week, for those of us who continue to follow the news, I hope that protests will stay peaceful, right? Because peaceful protesting actually is okay, right? But that hope protests will stay peaceful and focused, will not drift into harassment or hate speech or to anti-Semitism. And our college campuses will be safe places for everybody who studies there, and that we will again learn to center the voices on all sides that are working to create peaceful versions of a vision for the future, and learn to continue to be able to speak to each other about what we can build. Baruch atah Adonai Asher asanu Baruch atah Asher asanu So Rabbi Scheffler is feeling a bit under the weather tonight, which is why she's not here, but she had prepared just a couple of words of Torah tonight as we head into our JJP honor. So in her name, in Hebrew we say B'Shem Amra, which means in her name, I offer these words of Torah. In the Torah portion this week, our portion is called Acharei Mot. God says to the people, when you get to the promised land, where's the promised land? Israel, okay, that's good to know what we're talking about. And you set up your society, you should not live according to the laws of the land of Egypt. And neither should you take on the practices of the land of Canaan to which you are going. So what doesn't God want the people to do? Asher. That's right. That's right. Not to follow the rules of the place where we're going or pray to their gods. We're supposed to follow whose rules? Ours, right? God's, right? Instead, God says, you should follow the teachings of this Torah. My rules alone shall you observe and faithfully follow my laws. I am Adonai, your God. Okay, so the question is, what does that mean for us? We live in America. It's 2024, and we are fully part of the integrated into the outside world. Right? We don't live alone in our own little sort of corner. That's part of what makes our life so meaningful and interesting and allows us to have impact and grow and learn. So does that mean that we are ignoring God's command, do you think? Are we ignoring God's command about not following the rules of the land where we live? Or should we disregard it? What do we do with this rule? How are we doing? We're doing well, or are we struggling with it? Abigail. We're doing well? Great. I agree, by the way. Actually, I agree with Abigail, and so does Rabbi Scheffler. The fact that she knew you were going to say that, I'm sure. The fact that we are here, all of us together, gathered in a parking lot, off of a highway, on a Friday night, seems kind of crazy, no? And yet, we have transformed this space, our community, and our students and our teachers. We are actually figuring out what it means to live in the 21st century world and keep Judaism alive and thriving. Your commitment, all of you, to garner into JJP is what that looks like. Every time you take learning home with you from class, you continue to live it, whether it's a story that you learn, and then you tell a recipe you cook in a class, a holiday you observe, a prayer you say, or an act of loving kindness that you do. This is Torah, Avodah, and Gemilut Chasadim. This is what we call Torah, Avodah, and Gemilut Chasadim. Thank you. The reason we are here. And you know what? Actually, like the Torah anticipated, living Jewishly today does make us different than other peoples. But those differences are special, and they can actually bring us closer to each other and to what we understand as holy. After God instructs the Israelites to keep Jewish laws and traditions, the Torah says, V'chai bachem. What does the word chai mean? Anybody know? Jonah. Life, right. Chai means life. The Torah says it should live with them, right? That we should live according to the rules, and the Torah should live with us, so that the way the Jewish gestalt, right, that thing that we have in all of the learning that we do to do that, that it will actually live in us. And that is ultimately what TAG is all about, is how all the things we learn in JJP and at Barnard Temple and with our teachers, how it lives in our lives, not just how it shows up in our classrooms. So with that, I'm going to invite the wonderful Samantha and the wonderful Jennifer up here. And what I just would like to say about these two amazing educators is that we are the luckiest here at Barnard Temple. I'm not sure they're going to tell you this, but this year we had over 300 students in JJP. And somehow, especially under Jennifer's leadership, our students are cared for, are seen, are known, are loved, are learning, are thriving and growing. And if you walk around our classroom day or a Tuesday or a Wednesday, you will hear Hebrew, you will hear laughter, you will hear song. And to both of you, we say Toda Rabah. We are so grateful for you and for all the ways that you lead us in Jewish education. And I'm going to let you have the mic.
Joan Lipkowitz, would you please join us? Yes, Jason. So I would love for Joan to come and stand with us because she is the chairperson of our Lifelong Learning Committee, and she does tireless and endless work with me, working on all aspects of JJP, and up here with us to say thank you. So much. So the first thing that we're going to do this evening is honor our amazing teachers. I'm going to ask all of our teachers to please come up now and join us. Where should we tell them to stand?
Like behind
us. So teachers, we know that you're here. Please come on up. I see you. And please come so that our whole community can see you and say thank you and honor you. Come stand behind us. Give us some shelter. All JJP staff, Lori, come on up. I see you. So this is a wonderful large crowd, and actually they represent a good portion of our teaching staff, but not all. There were a few teachers who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, but I really wanted our community to really be able to look at all of these wonderful people who we don't always see. You might get messages from them, emails from them, playground chats from them, but with the fast way that we do drop off and pick up in everybody's busy lives, we don't always get to see each other. And I wanted everyone to see you and hear me say to all of you.
Just move the mic in. Move it with you.
I will move it with me. Okay. We spend a lot of time working on curriculum. We spend a lot of time planning out the year and our educational goals. And I take these very seriously. They are very important. But I have to say that none of that really matters without the right people standing at the front of our classrooms or library or kitchen or wherever it is that we are holding these classes. And those right people are all of you. I have a very loud voice. They're all of you. what I call, and they laugh at me, but this is really true, they are Jewish influencers. You are our Jewish influencers, and without you and your care and your dedication and your love of our children and love of what you are doing here, none of my curriculum and planning would really have an impact. It's always about the relationship between the human beings that are standing in front of our children. And I want to thank you so much for all of your hard work. I'm honored and blessed to have such a dedicated, amazing group of people to work with, to have my back, to work with me, to plan with me. That includes you, Samantha, who teaches every single one of our class sessions. That includes Rabbi Steiner, who's walking around over there. Everyone in the temple, all of us, we teach, the Rabbi Shuffler as well. We are all teaching classes, and we have a lot of students, so we need a lot of teachers to teach them, and I'm honored, and thank you. Toda Rabba. Now stay. I wanted you all up here so that then we can get to the next part of our evening, which is our TAG Awards program. The TAG program was started to honor the memory of Kathy Williams, who was a beloved part of the Barnard community. I never personally had the opportunity to meet her or get to know her. I only know the wonderful reputation that, yes, you can say it.
President of the Barnard and just a absolutely wonderful human being who lived so Jewishly and so generously. And it's really terrific that her family has chosen to continue to honor us with making the opportunities for these TAG awards available. So we are really grateful to the Williams family. Thank you.
So in honor of her memory, the Williams family created this fund so that we could create the TAG program. And the idea was that they wanted to give us continued opportunities outside of the Barnard Temple classrooms to help enrich the children's lives and help them explore how they can be Jewish not only at Barnard but also outside of Barnard's walls. That's where TAG came from. The T stands for Torah, the A stands for Avodah, or worship and ritual, and the G stands for Gemilut Chasadim, acts of kindness. And our children who opt into this program, it is optional, so there's 50 children here tonight, or invited to be here tonight, who had opted into this optional enrichment program, and the children have the opportunity to take what they've learned and bring it to their homes, bring it to their playgrounds, bring it into their schools, bring it into their lives in a way that matters to them. And they take their time to write in their tag books and meet with Samantha or talk to their teachers about tag and what they're doing. And we are so very, very proud of all the work that they have done. And I'm going to introduce the keeper of our TAG program, Samantha Rosenblum, our JJP school and family coordinator, the person who helps me with everything that's going on at JJP, and also, as I said, our fabulous teacher. And Samantha puts all of her love and creativity and time and energy into sustaining the TAG program and making it grow into what it is now. Thank you. Go ahead.
So Jennifer actually said half of what I was going to say. So I know the children are anxiously waiting, but I do just want to thank all of the children here tonight who have come to the events, who have filled out their tag books. You do it with just enthusiasm, and it really makes the tag program a lot of fun. And I also want to thank the parents who sign them up and who bring them and who get them. And so I really appreciate everyone making this program what it is. So now on to the fun that you've all been waiting for. We're going to call up the children first, who are getting a honorable mention Tagitude Award. So when you hear your name, please come on up. You're going to get your certificate. And then teachers, if you can actually help. Scarlett Cantor, Jack Smithline, Andrew Bangle, Caitlin Spencer, Abby Krasnopowski. And now we're going to call the students who are getting their TAG scholarship. So we have Rebecca Ehrlich, and I would just like to say that she has participated in TAG all 4 years that she has been at JJP. Emma Casson, Michaela Moss, Jonah Lazar, Baylor Heifetz, Sophia Schlett, Ellie Freeman, Isaac Krasnopolsky, Asher Steiner, Sam Heisteen, Chloe Weinstein, Laura Flom, Tyler Farhi, Sloan Gross, Anna LaForgia, Alina Connolly, Harry Green, Riley Vogel, Parker Newhouse, Emma Kramer, Matan Pollock, Charlotte Casson, Abigail Lurie, Aaron Gordon, Jonah Steffen, Danielle Freeman, Ethan Esterson, Miriam Factor, Shayna Mintz, Paige Newhouse, Jolie Moss, Sadie Fallow, Michaela Lebnikoff, Drew Fader, Josh Ehrlich. Lots of names, a very full stage here, and mazel tov to all the winners.
Alright, so we don't normally applaud, especially as like class 4 kids, so the first class, we have a little moment of clapping. Somebody got to fix that. I actually thought I Actually, we need our barter tempos. Put your stuff down and then come back.
And while the tempos are coming up, I'd love to invite our president, Craig Solomon. Where are you, Craig? There you are. Just who would love to greet everybody to do that.
Quick tip: if your assignment is to greet the crowd, it's a good thing to be on time. So yeah, I was coming from a baseball game and kids got slaughtered, so I wasn't expecting a full heart tonight. But seeing what the kids are doing, seeing what our amazing staff is doing, Jen, Samantha, thank you. The office staff for pivoting so quickly and making this happen. I'm just really proud of these kids and really grateful to parents who are committed to giving their kids this kind of education, giving their kids a solid Jewish education. And I know for our family it's been very meaningful, and it's just really nice to see this continue and grow. We're really excited about what's happening in JJP, and I'm just really happy to see you all here tonight. So thank you for being here. Thank you for entrusting your kids to our staff and our educators. It just really is tonight filling my heart. Thank you, and thanks for being here.
Marina, can I just introduce the song?
Okay, we have a special song that we have prepared. It's called From Generation to Generation, which of course is a translation to a very well-known phrase that we say often, which is Lador Vador. And this is written by Susan Shade Lindner. And this is a song that we should be able to sing along to. It's got a lot of repeats, so please sing along with us.
We offer a prayer for healing for our friends or our family who are in need of healing. In the middle of page 371 in your prayer book, you'll find the words for our prayer. In the middle, you'll have an opportunity to call out the names of anyone you are praying for or thinking about this evening as well. And call out the name of anyone who you are praying for or thinking about tonight. Anybody know what the period of time in between Passover and Shavuot is called? Say it louder if you know it. Very Omer, right. So we have a 49-day period in between the second day of Passover and Shavuot, and we go from redemption to revelation, right? Our story of freedom. Shavuot is when we receive Torah, and there is a counting ritual that goes along with that. We're invited every day to say a blessing and to intentionally count the next day. And we do it at night because Jewish days start at night, which is a confusing sentence, but you know what I mean. And every evening we have a particular formula that we follow. So at Barnard we always count the Omer when we're together on, no, we're not going to have Oneg yet. Tempos, unless you're going to the bathroom, you're not having snacks. Okay, and we're almost done, so if you didn't already go, just stay, I promise. So we're going to count the Omer. The blessing for counting the Omer is on bracketed page 570. If you've never done this, that's cool. Here you are. This is a new thing. And we say a blessing to help prepare us, a little intention first, and then we state the day of the Omer, which is a way to help us stay rooted in time, to remember this journey that we're on as a people from freedom to revelation. So when we get there, we're going to be at the 11th day of the Omer, and it's going to be 1 week and 4 days. So that's I'm sort of queuing you up. But we're going to read in the English first. I am ready, then the blessing, and then we're going to count. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Remember, it's the 11th day, so we say in Hebrew, Hayom echad asar yom, shehem shavua echad ve'arba'a yamim ba'omer. I know, you can do it with me in English. Today is the 11th day, marking 1 week and 4 days of the Omer. So on page 598 is our mourner's Kaddish. These are the words we offer when we remember our loved ones, those who helped shape us, those whose shoulders we continue to sit and stand on, those maybe whose names we carry. And it's our custom to remember those whose yahrzeit fall on a particular Shabbat who have died in recent days. We'll read those names first and then invite anybody who would like to share the names of anybody else with us here. This week we remember Celia G. Bauer, Edna Bayer, Jack Brover, Peter Bucky, Ellen Feldman, Abraham I. Feldman, Alvin Greenberg, Evelyn Greenspan, Hannah Jacobs, Hugh Jano, Ann Kaplan, Ida Lipkins, Joseph Lipkins, and Stephen Lipkins, Robert Lynn, Bertie Harrison Rand, Mort Ricefield, Freda Sanders, Max Schulman, Miriam Siegel, Jeffrey Siegel, George Eastave, Cheryl, where are you? There you are. Erwin Thaler, Leon Weinstock, and Urian Weishaus. During this period of Shloshim, we remember Paul J. Konigsberg, Gloria Breslow, Regina Wax, and Ingrid Bergman. Where are you, Sheena? She's over there. Okay, well, she'll know I said. And we don't offer Kaddish formally yet, but we are sending our love to the Salzburg family, noting, as you let me know this afternoon, that Aaron Salzburg, our congregant's father, died, and they will be observing the funeral and Shiva in Toronto. But if you see them in your world, I invite you to give them a hug when you see them. If there are others you're remembering and I didn't share their name and you'd like to do so, I invite you to do so now. If you are observing a yahrzeit on this Shabbat, or if you are in a more recent period of mourning, whatever that is, I invite you to rise first. This is our custom, if you're wondering why we do this, because in many traditional communities, we would only rise if we were saying Mourner's Kaddish, but in most Reform congregations, we rise as a community, which we'll do in a moment. But the moment of seeing the mourners and the rememberers in our midst allows us to see who might be missing somebody, right? And allows us to reach out to somebody to say, tell me about the person you're remembering, or, just to sit down and to offer some company, right? It's a way that we get to both support each other, but also notice who among us is living in particular life moments. So we say to you, Zichronam Livracha, then may the memories of your beloveds become blessings as you leave their legacies into the way that you live. And we rise together on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shenei rabba, ve'almad divrach v'yutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei b'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shenei rabba nevarach le'olam u'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal shenei v'kudusha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all people everywhere, and we stay together. Amen. Okay, Jen, Charles, I'm going to invite you up, and while Jen is coming, I want to say one additional special thank you to Alex Vanderway, who lent us his generator, and then again to Rebecca Round, who had to go get gas for the generator to make sure that we had lights in all the places that we needed to have lights. This is our last week of classes at JJP, so, don't forget to come on Sunday morning. If you are a JJP parent with any age kids and you'd like to hang out with me in the atrium, that's it. Just come and hang out. I don't have an agenda. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm just there to hang out and answer questions or talk about the world or whatever is sort of giving you feels in that moment. There are a lot of things coming up in the spring, but I want to invite you to just pay attention to one in particular, which is that on Monday evening, May 13th, that is our celebration, our observance and celebration of Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut, Israel's Memorial Day and celebration of Israel's independence. This year, Rabbi Sheffer and I have been planning our observance and our celebration with a bunch of Israelis in our community, so that this is like a real group project, and it's going to be a really special evening that is also created in particular for this year and for this moment. We really would love for you to RSVP. Actually, we need for you to RSVP because we're going to be ordering dinner, and we need to know how much food to order. So I would say this observance is appropriate for anybody who's in third grade and up, and if you're younger student feels like they can sit through kind of a tekes, a ritual, and we're happy to have them too. It's more of a more sort of listening and powerful ritual than it is like a big dance party. But there will also be time for awesome Israeli music and food. But we're really going to make space for Yom HaZikaron, for Israel's remembrance of everybody who has died fighting or in a terror attack in Israel, and then to listen and to learn about why Israel is so important to us these days. So the registration deadline for that is going to be midweek. Jennifer Charles.
Hi, Jen Charles. I'm here representing the Leadership Council, specifically for the JJP parents. We have recently formed what we call the JJPPA, which is the Parents Association of all the JJP aged kids. And this year we focus on having social events for the JJP parents, and we've had one last June and we had one in November. And this May 30th, we are having our third social event at the home of Justin and Cheryl Moss. So we really hope you'll join us for that. It's a taco night, taco truck, and that invitation will be coming out really soon. And the second thing is that we're looking for people to help us build out this committee. It's been some moms that have gotten together and really put a lot into forming this committee that is focused on social events, but we really want to do more to build the community. You heard there's 300 plus kids in the community now, and we feel like we really want to bring the parents together and the families together. So if you're interested in doing that, it was in the e-blast last week. You can contact me. My email's in there. And yeah, we're looking forward to building more out.
Thank you. Okay. We end every tefillah at JJP with a prayer for peace with Oseh Shalom. So, I usually have a guitar on, so I can't clap. So maybe Mara Jen can help come lead the claps. What do you think, Mara Jennifer? And our JJP students know when we clap, right, guys? So we're going to offer a hearty prayer for peace as we sing. Oh, we have to do Motzi first. You're right. We should do that. Okay. No, Jennifer, can you go get the challah seats? Good you were here. I'm so excited about our kids singing Oseh Shalom. I forgot about needing to say a blessing before we eat. That's why we're in the village. Anybody's birthday today? You know this also. So many people here. Wow. It feels amazing. Okay. Great. Yesterday is important. It's wonderful, but it isn't the same as today. I can't play that game. Sorry, Joe. Okay. I know it's not your birthday. I'm just saying sorry for whoever's birthday it was. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. Now sing Oseh Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And our Omek is, and please put your books before we have, please put your books back on the cart, which is here or here. I'll take yours, Brooke. And the Omek is over there. Shabbat Shalom.